Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over the new information on the bunch of the new content that we're getting on May 2nd. And May 2nd, that'll be here in like 2 weeks, like a little bit over 2 weeks, which is really crazy with all the content that we're getting. So the biggest thing we're getting is called the Nightfall Sanctuary raid. Now this raid is the new endgame raid. It's definitely harder than Vortex Temple, be more difficult. You'll need more DPS to actually kill the bosses. And of course, the gear is better. For this one, they're saying part one, so I'm assuming it's like Vortex Temple, where they only released a little bit of it, and then they released the rest of it later. Like, we couldn't fight the Hive Queen in the beginning. We had to wait till she got released. And I'm assuming they're doing that just because for people to get their gear better and stuff like that. Because usually the last boss of the raid is super, super hard. So they're going to be releasing only part one of it. And again, this is a very high end-game raid. Honestly, I'm very surprised that this is going to be coming out within like 2 more weeks. I thought this wouldn't be coming out to North America and Europe till like honestly like the earliest like July. This raid is no joke. This is a very hard raid. In Korea, they've said that you need like 350k, or I believe it might even been 450k DPS to even kill the first boss before their rage timer goes off. So honestly, that probably won't be the same for North America and Europe. They'll probably reduce the damage you need to do. But overall, this is not going to be an easy raid at all. This is very, very end game only. But they are releasing this, so we're going to have this very soon. Next thing we're getting is Sandstorm Temple. Now, Sandstorm Temple, this is a dungeon that's been out in Korea for a little bit. I'll leave a link in the description for basically a YouTube video of a Korean player going through it. Not really a guide, but just playing through it so you can see what it looks like and everything like that. Overall, the dungeon is pretty difficult. Now, the biggest thing that drops from this dungeon is the new legendary bracelets. Now, this is a lot of hype. Basically, these bracelets are the Heaven and Earth bracelets. Now, of course, they might be titled something different. That's what they're titled in Korea, so who knows what they're going to be called for North America and Europe. But these are better than the Divine Dragon bracelet and the Tiger bracelet. They just give better modifiers, and they give more DPS overall for the classes. And, of course, different class builds go different bracelets. For example, Lightning Blade Dancer will go with the Earth bracelet. So this is just a better version of the ones we have now. So actually really cool that we're getting these. Of course, they're going to be very expensive to upgrade and everything like that. But definitely a dungeon you won't be farming for, so you can get your legendary bracelet for sure. Last but not least, they just gave a little bit more information on some of the new gear we're getting. So these are called the Tachun Soul Shields. Again, they might be titled something different, but they're called Tachun and Korea. Basically, they're just better versions of the High Queen Soul Shields. They're from the new raid that we're getting, the Nightfall Sanctuary. And I'll leave a link for that too, also. I'm leaving a lot of links in this video, but this link will be for Blade Soul Tree, and you can actually see the stats of the Soul Shields so you know what you're getting. They basically just give better versions of the High Queen Soul Shields. They give like 20 AP instead of the 15 the High Queen gives. Better modifiers on the damage and cooldowns of your abilities for each class. So I'll leave a link. You guys can check that out so you can kind of know what you're getting from that for sure. But overall, that's really exciting that we're getting that. Last but not least, we're actually getting a new soul. These are new stages from True Cosmic, and the other one, I forgot the name, but they're higher stages of those. And right here they say the new material that you need to upgrade the soul. So basically, that's kind of saying that the material to upgrade the legendary soul that we have will only be from the Nightfall Sanctuary raid. So if you want to upgrade your soul to even a higher stage, you're going to have to do the Nightfall Sanctuary raid to even get the material. So it's not going to cost like more sacred oils or stuff like that. Of course, they might add that in, but you're going to need this material from the Nightfall Sanctuary. But honestly, this whole content is very, very endgame. Especially this raid. Again, this is a very endgame raid. This is not something for new players or even mid-tier players. This is for people who are completely maxed out on gear, True Cosmic Soul and up, just like completely maxed out. Again, I'm just super surprised they're adding this into the game so early. I'm assuming maybe they just ran out of like filler content to add to North America and Europe, and they just said, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna put it in the game and have the players try it. Honestly, the only problem I have with this is I just feel like the timing on this is not very good. Most players, and I'm talking about just the average Blade Soul player, not like the endgame players, like the whales, but the average Blade Soul players, honestly, are just now maybe getting to Vortex Temple and doing that. Most players are not going to be ready for this raid. Like, even my clan, we're not even running High Queen yet. Like, we're just doing the other bosses from Vortex Temple, we haven't got to High Queen yet because she is very difficult to do, and the raid's only been out for like 7 months, and that's not that long for a very endgame raid like Vortex Temple. So most players honestly are not going to be able to even do this raid or even care about it really. So this is definitely for whales. I just feel like the timing wasn't very good for this. I think honestly they should have had maybe a little event before this, an actually good event that gives, you know, good materials, not like the last two we've had that were really awful, just to help players maybe gear up a little bit faster, because the majority of the player base are not even going to be able to touch this raid for a very long time. But overall, that's just my thoughts. I just feel like the timing on this raid was not very good. Of course, if you're an endgame whale and you're very, very geared, you will be aside for this. But again, the majority of players will not even be able to touch this raid anytime soon. But that's that. We are getting new gear, new legendary bracelets. We aren't getting the new Tachun weapons, because basically I'm assuming that'll be from the last boss, just like how the husk to upgrade your Raven weapon is from the last boss of Vortex Temple. We're only getting part 1, so we obviously won't be able to fight the last boss. So we won't get the new upgradable weapons. But overall, we are getting new legendary soul shields, the Tachun ones, new legendary bracelet, Earth and Heaven. So those are really cool. Overall, yeah, I just feel like the timing on this was not very good, but if you're an endgame whale, you'd definitely be happy about this for sure. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this. Yeah, 2 weeks for getting, you know, an endgame raid. Let me know what you guys think.